And there was a load of lessons tonight. You know, we haven't played against teams so far this year that moved the ball like Aston Villa did tonight, with, you know, a little bit of rotation. And I felt, you know, when we went through it at half time, we just tweaked one or two things, and you could see the rewards of that in the second half performance. And what a great goal from Liano.
Can you tell us what those tweaks were at half time?
Yeah, well, the two wide players were coming too deep too early. You know, we showed them the spaces between their units, and our weak side wing back was dropping too deep. And you start to see when we started to go in, we're sitting out to the wing backs. And it just opened them up a little bit more, and the gaps for them become a bit bigger. You know, if you look at their performance against Arsenal, they were so tough to break down. But we just showed the girls that the spaces were there, and we just need to be a bit patient with our movement sometimes. Like, if we don't get it on the first pass, then we might drop in too early on the second pass. And as I say, we've been playing up against a team as well organised as Aston Villa, and for us to then go and implement that in the second half, for me that's the biggest plus that we can get. And we've got some defensive lessons as well with rotation, which we sorted out at half time as well.
Yeah, you mentioned consistency in terms of, well, particularly obviously with results, but yeah. Do you think over the last, I guess, 3-4 games including tonight, consistency in the actual 90-minute performance is getting there as well?
Yeah. Look, we had a really disruptive pre-season, you know, almost 25 days. You know, in the first 3 weeks we had eight players missing, as well as 3 long-term injuries coming back. So I always said it was going to be end of September to start to see the true team. And you know, we've tweaked the system a little bit as well, which I think suits the personnel that we got here. And we're getting the rewards from that. And it all comes down to 1, hard work, 2, enjoying yourselves more than anything else. And I think you can see the players are enjoying themselves. I mean, you look at Mel Lawley tonight, dead on her feet at the back end, making a 50-60 yard recovery run. Everyone's fighting for each other, and you know, that's what winning teams do. You know, any team that I've been involved with that has that work ethic, you know, you're successful.
Michaela and Leanne, they had issues after in the second half. Yeah. Any update on either of them?
I don't know what it was with Leanne. We think it might be spasm, or we're hoping it's spasm. She said she just twisted and something went by her rib. With Mel, she just rolled her ankle. Obviously, with Leanne having to go off, you know, we just takes it up for the stability for the back end of the game, and you know, she got herself through it. But then she also got cramp in her shins. So
playing against Aston Villa, the WSL side in this competition, does that help you prepare for the rest of the season against the Championship sides, like pushing for promotion?
Yeah, I think for me, more than anything else, it's about being competitive, whoever you're playing against, you know. And I think if I look at the Coventry game a few weeks ago, you know, when we played London City here that first game of the season, we had trouble beating the block. But then you look at the way we played in that second half, albeit having a spare player, but we started to break 9 players down, which you generally do anyway, because they'd always leave one up. For me, the defensive lesson I think was really important, where they overloaded sort of the ball side to try and switch it out the other way. So we had a lot of learning curves where we've worked tactically. So we built like a video of good practice. So we've now got some good defensive practice. No disrespect to some of the teams that we've played. It's, as I said, it's not been as sharp as what Aston Villa have been. So for me, there's a lot of learning curves tonight that we can put into practice and you know, look at that on Friday in training and go from there.
I was just going to say, after the international break, you've obviously got a period, I think 7 games in 22 days. So yeah, to see all the different personnel come in and slot in and do so well must be particularly pleasing. Yeah,
it's vitally important. I think if even some of the changes, substitutes-wise, you know, Fernie and Jan, I felt come on and change the game against Coventry. I think everyone's playing their part, and I said from day one, everyone's going to play their part. You know, we can only pick 11 to start off with, but the most important thing is that everyone stays focused. And you know, look, we picked up a couple of little knocks tonight, and if we was playing again on Sunday, then you're going to need to utilise the squad. So no, as I said, I'm really pleased with the direction we're going in, but we're not going to get carried away. You know, we've still got plenty to tweak and improve on.
What was your game plan going into the game?
Just stick to the strategy. Yeah, doing what we've been doing, practicing. We haven't changed up much, honestly. The coach gave the message, it was just stick to what we've been doing for the last couple of weeks, and it's been working for us, so just making sure we're doing it excellent, executing well, working hard.
Yeah, and obviously we've got to ask you about the penalty save. Shot stopping has always been a good strength of yours, but yeah, did you feel really confident going into this?
Yeah, I think any PK shot, you got to be confident. You show any fear, it kind of shows up, and players kind of take advantage of that. So now I knew if I just saved one, we'll be good to go. PK's my thing. So.
Yeah, and there was that one which like just scrapped past your legs
yeah.
and sort of went down the middle. How close were you to getting on the end of that?
Remy's when the one she bent to the right post, I had my fingertips to it, but she bent it well, so it was a nice PK. Jody, I kind of figured she was going to go right, and I think I moved. But whatever the case was, both well taken PKs and thought it was serious.
Yeah, you didn't have much to do in that second half, which you probably were thankful for. How do you keep yourself sort of in the game when you're not really getting any?
Yeah, no, I think my back line for that, the people from the top to the back, like, we're defending well. But for me personally, it's just communication. If I'm not communicating well, the back line may not be as organized, and the message translates to the front. So communication is key for me, and just staying engaged and switching on mentally.
Right, well, how you to go behind so early in the game would have been easy to sort of fold a bit, but you obviously kept going and grew into the game as it went on, so you must have been pleased with that side of things as well.
Yeah, I think moments like that happen, honestly. It's a great counter-attack goal. It's a great finish as well, bending away to the back post. So you can't really take that and blame yourself. You just got to bounce back, and it was early on in the game. There's still basically 90 minutes to be played, so you can't dwell on it. The players responded really well too, and I think if I respond well, I'm ready to go again. It reflects onto them. So yeah, just keep my head up, and I had confidence in the team. I knew we were going to get one. It's just a matter of when.
And with the other teams in the group all being championship, it's obviously a great start to get to the extra point on the board as well.
Yeah, I think it's really good for us to get that point, and for the next coming games of the Continental Cup, it's good to get like our championship opponents just to have some more execution and practice for the league. But right now, we're focused on the international break, getting girls healthy, sending the girls off to compete, but focusing on what's next, which is championship and winning the league and getting yourself in.